Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Cleon Fraser, and today I'm reflecting on the professional disposition that shapes our roles as educators. Dispositions aren't just about the checklist. They are the values and ethics that drives how we interact with students, family, and the community as a whole. Today I'll be focusing on discussing the role of teachers in the classroom, my personal strength, areas of growth, the reality of biasness, and my commitment to integrity. Us educators play a multifaceted role. First, let's look into the role of the teacher. It is far more than just delivering lectures or assigning tasks to be completed. It's about planning, delivering, arousing interest, and maintaining that aroused interest while meeting the needs of all learners. How do we support this as educators? How do we do this? Our primary role is to act as a facilitator. We must use differentiation to ensure that every student has an equitable entry into the school's curriculum. We must continually plan as teachers. This is a cycle of continuous improvement. We use driven instructions, whereas we look at students' performance to see what worked, more importantly, what didn't, to adjust our future plans. We uphold expectations as educators. We are the moral compasses of the classroom. We lead by directions. We adhere by adhering to the intact standard, specifically Standard 9. We model the professional conduct we expect from our students. Advancing the profession. This happens through collaboration. We do not teach in solo. We work together as a team. We participate in professional learning communities to share strategies and move the entire field of education forward. My personal assessment of disposition. Reflecting on the professional disposition of learners, I have identified where I stand. I believe I possess a sense of compassion and respect for diversity. Cultivating a classroom rooted in compassion and respect for diversity isn't just about being nice. It's about creating that psychological home base where students feel safe to take risks and learn. When students feel valued and seen, their brain moves from survival mode to learning mode. I naturally work toward that. I naturally seek to build rapports with students and find it essential to create a classroom where every culture is celebrated. My area is growth. I'm still in the process of learning. As a teacher, as a professional person, I've also left room for improvement. I feel that I need to focus more on reflection. It can be easy to get defensive when a lesson failed or you feel as though your objectives aren't met. But I learned how to view this data as a tool for growth rather than a personal critique. I'm also working on curiosity. What is curiosity? As it arouses in the classroom, find ways to let students' inquiry drive the lesson rather than sticking to the planned script. We must be honest about bias. As a professor, as a professional, what effect could professional biases have on teaching and learning? We must be honest about bias. Personal biases, whether conscious or implicit, can lead to a pendulum effect, where our expectations or lack thereof directly influence students' achievement. If we harbor a bias that certain students are less capable, we may subconsciously provide challenging material which stunt their growth, less challenging material that is. According to the Model Core of Ethics for Educators, we must take these biases into perspective by practicing constant self-regulation. This means using our tools such as objective rubrics for grading and seeking out blind spot, training, developmental session to ensure our personal perspective do not create barriers to our students' success. Finally, I uphold integrity. Integrity in the classroom, in the community, in the home, generally, It's non-negotiable. And this starts with academic integrity. What is academic integrity? It's ensuring my work is original and properly cited. As a teacher, it evolves into professional integrity. This means protecting students' privacy under FIPA, being transparent with parents, and maintaining professional boundaries in all digital and physical spaces. I am committed to being a teacher who is reliable, honest, and ethically grounded. In conclusion today, these dispositions are foundations of a successful career. By focusing on reflection, equity, and integrity, we can create a classroom where every student thrives. My reflection today is supported by the intact model for core teaching standards, the model of Code of Ethics for Educators, and the Rosenthal Jacobson studies on teachers' expectation. Thank you for your time, and I am looking forward for your feedback.